Well, hello again. YouTube Pete Two Finger here. From time to time, I like to do a food review. Today's food that I'm going to be reviewing is a Tina brand Red Hot Burrito. So this is a Tina burrito. This is what the plate looks like after I eat one. How I prepare mine, I will pull it out of the freezer. I'll have the plate ready, and I'll cut almost all the way through the wrapper, like 3/4 of the way through the wrapper, about a half an inch down, and then I grab the other end of it and give it a shake, and the frozen burrito will come shooting out of the package. I grab that burrito with my hand, and I will run it under some cold water, and what that does is make the tortilla. I find that if I cook it for the allotted time in my microwave, that the middle of the burrito is still cold. And I like my food hot all the way through. I like my food hot, like where my wife will warn me and say, hey, this is going to burn the shit out of your mouth. If it's really hot, like, I need to cool it. But I like she thinks I'm crazy how I eat my food. Okay? Anybody that likes their food hot knows the difference between just right, where it's kind of steaming hot a little bit, or piping hot, too hot to eat, that there is a line there. Now, the thing with the Tina's burrito in my microwave, if I cook it according to their directions, which is 1 minute 15 seconds on high on a 1100 watt microwave, I believe that's about what it is. Let me see here, 1200 watt, 1 minute 10 seconds when it's frozen. It'll be cold. I'll be eating it, everything will be fine, and then I'll get like to that middle part where the majority of the filling is, the real fat, bushy part of the burrito, and it'll be cold in the center there. So what I like to do is cook mine for 20 extra seconds, and what happens then is the tortilla dries out. So the secret for me in my microwave, which is a smaller one, it's a newer microwave, it's not like a real old beater. I'm guessing it's a 1200. The secret for doing a Tina's is to wet it. And I'll tell you what, they make all sorts of varieties of these. The only other one that I kind of like is the green chili, but the red hot beef, Tina's red hot, has this magical combination of the perfect amount of heat, the perfect amount of flavor in the bean. The beef, or 2 pieces of gristle that get stuck in your teeth, that's disgusting. That beef, why did they put that in there? I really wish they wouldn't put that in there. So something like this, if your significant other doesn't like spicy stuff, this is going to be over the line for them. They're not going to want to eat this. It warns you. It says red hot beef. My mouth tingles a little bit after I eat it. I tend to have this cherry juice. This is Juicy Ruby, 100% natural antioxidant, it says on it. So what does that mean? It's got sugar in it, right? Made in the Ukraine. Super premium cherry juice drink. But this tastes, if you've ever had like black cherry juice, it's kind of nasty going down. It's kind of thick, and like you can cut that in half with water and drink it just fine. This cherry juice that I get here, and I drink that for my gout. I have this gout arthritis pain that I used to suffer from chronic gout attacks constantly. I was constantly, for about 15 years, I had that. So that was really hard for me to keep a job because I was always on crutches or in a wheelchair. And it's the most extremely painful thing you could imagine. So here's to my, people like my relatives who look down on me for not being able to hold a job. When you have a disease like gout and you can't fucking walk, it's not like you're faking. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, if you're on a budget and you like to eat, a Tina's Red Hot Burrito is going to cost you about 50 cents. It's going to fill you up for a good 3 to 4 hours. This is what I eat. I have to admit, I've been eating them every day. For the last 2 years, I've been having Tina's Burrito every day. I'll have a little Aldi cereal and usually the granola, or for a while I was doing some hard-boiled eggs. I was on a diet. But this is what I eat. This is what I really love. I cut the wrapper. I zing it out of the packaging and catch it in my other hand. I run it under the cold tap water, slap it down on a plate, put it in the microwave for 133 and hit start. And I can come back and maybe the bottom of the burrito will be a little split. If you overcook them, it will split. I find the best way to do it is to hit pause. If you hit pause and wait a couple seconds, about 4 to 6 times in that 1 minute 33 second, dividing it up evenly, it will reduce the damage to the tortilla. So if you want to keep it intact, and I mean, there's other ways to do it. You can cook these in the oven, but I mean, are you really going to heat up the oven and like use that much electricity to cook one Tina's burrito? That's what I really question. It's like some foods, like they're made for the microwave, and you can deep fry these. They're really good when you deep fry them. Really, really good. My brother used to deep fry these. He turned me on to it. He would put a piece of cheese on it and have some sour cream with it. Me, I don't mess around. I go straight for the Tina's. I eat one of these and I'm good. I absolutely love these things. And all of the other brands, El Monterey, the giant one that you get at the dollar store, the XXL, all of those pale in comparison to the Tina's Red Hot. There's something about this particular burrito that makes it the top shelf prepackaged frozen burrito dining experience. This is it. Tina's Red Hot. Oftentimes if you go to Walmart, they're out of them. What does that tell you about us as Americans? We eat all of the... They must be good. They must be the best 50-cent meal in existence. This is it. The best 50-cent meal on the market today. Tina's Red Hot Burrito. Send the check. So, yeah, I heard back from... I was talking about building a very special Mojo run of pedals. And I heard back from somebody... I couldn't be happier of who contacted me, the person. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully that money will come through in my PayPal. I couldn't be happier. I'm really excited about this build. I had taken some time off from do-it-yourself, so I'm really happy he offered to pay me more than what I asked for. And I'm so used to people charging me, trying to get me to build them a pedal for $30. And that barely covers the shipping, you know. Anyway, I'm going to be making these Clark Gainster Mojo builds that use, it's an LF353, a JFET op amp. They use paper and oil capacitors, a Panasonic or a WEMA. I'm not sure what I'm going to get for the 2N2. There's a silver mica capacitor. There's 3 giant paper and oil capacitors. I've got some old Spragues that may come into play. I'm going to use giant old brownie looking half-watt resistors. The whole deal. It's going to be a almost like a vintage amplifier. If you look at an old tube amp, the components that you would see in a really old tube amp, that's what all of these components are. And the actual circuit is it doesn't colorize your tone at all. It just gives you a volume boost or a gain boost. So I'm really looking forward to this build. I've never done anything like this. I talked about it yesterday. I threw it out there and somebody bid on it. I said, look, if you would like, I can make one. If you would like to PayPal me the money up front, I will mail you the pedal when it's finished. So we're going to get the ball rolling here. Hopefully the guy's going to come through and hit me up on my PayPal with this cash at some point, and we'll move forward. I can begin ordering the parts, and then when they arrive, I will be documenting some of that process as we go, just because it makes for interesting content, and then this person who was kind enough to shell out this money will be able to see that I didn't just buy a big sack of crack cocaine and sit there and puff on that for a couple of days. So yeah, the Clark Gangster is going to be coming down the pike. I know I had said I wasn't going to be doing any DIY. This project, I'm going to really, really concentrate on really taking my time and really going way out of my way to make sure everything is done really well. That's kind of how I've been building the last few things that I've done. I just kind of got into this mode of, like, I've got pictures of what the bottom of the Vero looked like on the spring tank driver, and using larger gauge wires that normally wouldn't fit in a strip board, but I'm drilling it out so they do fit. Having the wire come in and go through a couple of holes and then solder on, which really eliminates any chance of breakage. So I kind of got in the habit of trying to up my game a little bit as I went along over this. That's just kind of how it's been. So this next build, I did these germanium Spaceman Effects Sputnik pedals. That was a huge deal. And I've kind of been in this rut of DIY where it's not readily available parts. It's really difficult to get stuff, ordering stuff from multiple suppliers, waiting for that to come in. So that's kind of the mode that I've been in with that thing for a while. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more of that. I'm going to get this thing crossed off my list because it's something I've been curious about for a long time. And I know I'm going to absolutely love this pedal. I know it's going to quickly become the one that I'm playing through all the time, because I understand what I like, and this is going to be more and better of that. So that's exciting, and I'm working on a new piece of music, a riff that I stole from The Godfather 2. There's a scene where they open up a bunch of gunfire. She says, "Oh, the windows are open. The blind. How come the blinds are open?" And then this gunfire occurs, and there's a ominous C that's repeated in the orchestra. Dum, dum, dum. See, am I in C? Dum, dum, dum. Yeah. I was in G. Anyway, there's this ominous C, and they play this creepy theme just one time in that movie. There's a 20-second segment where they play this C, the orchestra, and then there's a little counter melody that plays over it. And for some reason, that just jumped out at me, and I paused the movie and I wrote it down. And we're gonna put that together as a piece of music. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working with Addictive Drum software, and I'm actually putting some piano on there. But I figured I would eat some lunch, and that turned into... Now I'm excited because this person, I couldn't be happier about the person who volunteered to be the guinea pig on this Clark Gainster opt-in. I was really excited about that. So I wanted to make this food review, and I'll be seeing you guys around soon. Take care of yourselves, be smart, be safe, and enjoy a Tina's Red Hot Burrito while you're at it. Peace.